Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Happy Monday to each and every one of you. I thought I'd come outside and sit here with my trees and record a short video just to say hello. I'm back from my trip to Thailand. I spent 3 weeks. I went to Chiang Mai, I went to Pai, and I went to Krabi. And while I was down in Krabi, I actually visited the beautiful Phi Phi Islands and went to, oh my gosh, I've forgotten the name of the beach now. The beach where Leonardo DiCaprio filmed The Beach. So I went there and it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. It was so lovely. The trip itself came with a lot of twists and turns. It certainly didn't go the way that I had expected. But let me tell you, what I actually learned over that 3-week period was so empowering. I've come back feeling like, I'm not going to say a completely different person, but I know that it's changed me in ways that I could never have predicted and I could never have imagined. So although the 3 weeks really tested my fortitude and my strength, and at times was so very, very lonely, I came out of it feeling like a completely refreshed, renewed version of myself. And I honestly don't know whether past versions of me even exist anymore, because they just feel so intangible, like I can't even get close to them in a way. But over the coming weeks I'll share so much more about that and the takeaways that I got from my visit. I'll share the biggest one right here, right now, and that is that I've told myself a story all of my life, and most of my life I have felt so alone, so isolated, so lonely, feeling like in somehow, some way God had forgotten me, that I had been betrayed, that my needs hadn't been met, that I wasn't seen, that I wasn't cared for, that I didn't matter. And this was a story that I was running. Obviously, it was a false belief, a core belief that has been governing me most of my life. And when I went to Thailand and I was abandoned and I was left on my own by the friend that I'd gone there to see, that actually lives there, and let me down terribly on the second day. I mean, we weren't even together 24 hours before he jumped ship and left me on my own. Those feelings came to a head and I had to face them head on. I had to deal with what came up, and I faced my biggest fears, those of being alone, being completely isolated, at times feeling quite frightened in a brand new country with people that, I mean, I didn't know what to expect, right? I didn't know the language. So yeah, it was just, without going into it too much, it was just really, really scary. It was really, really frightening for me at times. So anyway, what did I learn from that? The biggest thing was knowing that I was never alone. I was never alone. Even in the darkest times, in the darkest moments, in the most fearful moments, in the moments when I felt most afraid, I was never ever alone. My highest self, my oversoul, was always there with me, right by my side. I had my meditation practice, my spiritual practice, and whatever label we have, whether it's God, Source, Creator, Divine, Divine Sovereign, Divine Mother, Divine Father, Divine Mother Rose, whatever it is, the list goes on and on and on and on. I knew that I was held, and I knew that I was safe, and I knew that I wasn't alone in all the decisions that I was making. That emotion just surged up because I felt the presence of my team of light. And they were with me in every single moment. And I see them always, I imagine them in my meditation practice, and whenever I do like a sacred medicine journey or whatever, even when I'm doing my classes that I do every single day that are like 2 hours long, that again, I won't go into those either, what there's this other sort of like, not even a modality, but there's something I'm learning about the I am presence, which is absolutely fascinating. But I always know that my team is right there with me and that I'm never alone. And these 3 weeks in Thailand just cemented that for me and just made me realise that the things that we are so attached to, people, places, things, relationships, all of it is so, it's so, I'm thinking of that word transitory, you know, it's so, we're lucky if people stick around in our, not lucky, but there's always going to be those people that are going to stick around in our lives, and then there's going to be those relationships that are fleeting, right? And it's so hard not to get attached. So it's practicing that art of a detachment, right? And realising that relationships, our loved ones, the good experience, the good things, the good places, the good faces, the homes that we have, they're the icing on the cake, right? And the other thing that I took away from that is that the one thing that is solid, that is cemented, that governs everything else, that is the Almighty, that is the most powerful, most potent, most important thing in my life, I can't say our lives because I'm talking about my life here, is my spiritual practice and my connection to Source, to the divine, to God, Goddess, the great central sun, right? That's what I learned while I was away, and that is permanent, right? My connection to my higher self is permanent. My connection to my oversoul is permanent. My connection to God is permanent. My connection to my heart is permanent, right? That's not fleeting, and it's something that I can depend on always. And when I'm looking at life through that lens, I can't harbour or hold on to any kind of emotion or feeling or attachment or detachment to anyone or anything or any circumstance in my life, because I understand that it's just there, it just shows up, and then it goes again. And what do I get from that? I get the gift and the teaching and whatever it was, why ever it came into my life and what it came into my life to teach me. I know that I'm rambling a little bit now because there's just so much stuff that's surging through, because I learnt so much over the last month while I was away. And let me also add that Thailand is such a beautiful place. It's such a beautiful place. I think my favourite place of all the 3 places that I actually went to, Chiang Mai, Pai and Krabi in the PP Islands. I mean, I love the PP Islands because I'm all about water and boats and the ocean and sea and sand, the sun. Oh my God, I could do that each day, every single day, 24/7. But I loved Pai. It was such a beautiful, beautiful place. It's actually spelt Pai, and it's like 2 hours north of Chiang Mai, and it was beautiful, such a spiritual place. But anyways, I'll share lots more about what happened and what was triggered inside of me, and why I'm so very, very grateful for everything that did come up for me and how I've grown as a result of it. But today I think that was the most important piece, that I am never alone. I've never been alone, not even for a moment. And the divine sees me and loves me and wants me and nurtures me and holds me and keeps me safe each and every single moment. And that's really special. It's so very, very special. Coming away with that, it's just given me so much strength and power and fortitude that I feel that I can do anything, absolutely anything that I want to do, whenever, however I want to do it. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little share, and I'm sending you so much love, and I look forward to connecting with you a lot more over the coming weeks. Bye for now. Bye guys.